This past week, you demolished everybody.
Yes.
You cleaned house.
Thank you. I had to make a statement. Also, it's kind of it's not like a warm-up, but I take advantage of the moment, right? If I can hurt my opponent before that match, why wouldn't I do that?
What's up? Welcome to the podcast. My name's Joe, and today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. You auditioned for Sonya in Mortal Kombat.
I did.
How far did you go in it?
I went a couple rounds, yeah. So I didn't get it, unfortunately. Still bummed, but
I had to download her on who Sonya is and what Mortal Kombat is because she had no clue. Yeah, that's
it's
true.
true. It's very true. Because it's like it's a whole other world. Like when I was reading the script, it's just so, it's like auditioning for WWE and not knowing what WWE is because it's a whole other language.
Universe and generations of games and movies.
Yes.
We were talking that if he auditioned for Kano.
Oh, sick.
Who is the nemesis of Sonya?
That would all make sense. Darn
Yeah.
it.
How was the movie Guns Up?
Oh man, I love that movie. It was such a great experience to do it. Kevin James is such a great dude. Being able to kick his ass on screen, left and right, throwing each other in the kitchen, in the bar, fighting. It was a tremendous experience.
What kind of training and prep is there for that? Do you have a lot of stunt work going into it?
For me, so we did a little stunt work back in the day with CJ. She made me go to this place, so I kind of learned how to
With David Leitch.
With David Leitch.
Yeah.
They taught me how to punch correctly because it's different, right? WWE, you will still make a contact, right? So, in stunts, in some scenarios, you don't have to have contact because the camera angles. But whenever I had to make contact, I'd rather do because and even Kevin, he was really like loving the contact. He was loving the physicality because he's also, back in the day, he was an amateur wrestler and he was preparing for this movie real hard. He even tore his bicep a couple of weeks before we started shooting. So he was kind of hurt, but we took care of him. But it was overall tremendous, man.
Kevin James was obsessed with working with Miro. The first day, because I was in the movie with them, I had a small little role, a little cameo assassin role. And when I got there, Kevin James runs up to me and gives me a huge hug. And he's like, I love your husband. We're not killing him off. He has to come back in Guns Up too.
Even though he shot me 45 times.
Yeah.
No, spoiler.
But it's really cool. It was the #1 movie on Amazon. Then it was on #1 on Paramount Plus as well. And it just debuted at the Beverly Hills Film Festival last night.
Is that something you want to do? Would you want to do more acting?
Yes and no, because there's certain roles that I like doing, just like this one, when we get to be physical, when we get to fight, and I get to be the bad guy, and I love that stuff, because I just always, all my life, I studied being a bad guy. But there's other roles that are just not interesting to me. It's like these lovey-dovey, as I gotta play this other guy. I just can't connect to it.
You don't want to play a doctor on Grey's Anatomy that is like has a crazy love arc in its character storyline?
See, that's the challenging part. I don't know if I think that. It's too graphic being a doctor.
Unless she's just throwing punches all over the place.
Yeah, I can be, I guess, the terrorist that goes and blows up the building. Because in Grey's Anatomy, they do that. I was like, oh, I thought it was about medical show. No, it's about terrorists, guys.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
It's true. It's very true.
Is this your guys' first podcast together?
Well, he came onto my podcast together first, and then I brought him on to TMZ today, and I did the interview. So I've only interviewed him. I've never been. This is our first. Well, we went to Lillian Garcia, but we haven't done a podcast together since 2019.
Thank you guys so much for coming and being here.
Oh, of course, man. I've heard only good stuff about you.
Oh, amazing. When is the TMZ interview come out?
Today, Tuesday.
But she interviews me. She's not like...
Yeah, I'm interviewing him.
She's not a patient. She's a doctor.
Yeah, that was fun. I wanted to interrogate you too, but I was trying to keep it light,
Thank you. Thank you for sparing me. She's got all the hard questions, and I don't have the answers.
I mean, who better to interview than each other, right?
Yeah, but you can pick a lot of dirt from that.
Yeah, that's very true. I would actually be terrified if he interviewed me.
Yeah.
We should try that sometime.
I guess we'll see what happens today.
Yeah.
We're only a few days away from WrestleMania.
Yes, sir.
How has this training compared to past WrestleManias for you? I know you just went to Bulgaria.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing over there?
Just training, focusing, being away from the noise, being away from Hollywood and the sunshine, going back home to to revisit that connection, because I left there 21 years ago. But it all started there. It was a childhood dream of mine to be a professional wrestler when I saw Hulk Hogan. So, being back into WrestleMania after 5 or 6 years being away from it, it was a big moment, and I wanted to stay focused, stay concentrated, go to a place that I know and that I love. And I feel like I succeeded. I came back ready to go and ready to be a WWE Intercontinental Champion this Sunday.
What did it feel like going back to your roots after all you've accomplished in WWE, and now you're coming back going into it?
I mean, it feels good, man. It feels like it's paying off. All the hard work and all the stuff that you have to push aside, all the pizzas that you want to eat, you have to push aside, and the desires to go out and do certain things. It's good to see that hard work pays off and the cream rises to the top. And Boyan Rusev is here to stay and to be a champion.
Buoyant.
That's what I said.
Okay.
Buoyant.
Buoyant. Yeah,
That's
I thought
what I
you said
said.
born.
Born.
Buoyant Rusev. Big boy,
Yes.
buoyant Rusev?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I love about your stories, the discipline, the hard work, the focus of how much determination you really had to get to where you are today.
So
Yeah,
true.
man, and people don't understand that leaving my country, I was 20 years old and left everything behind, mom, dad, brothers, everything. I was going to be a sister, but I don't have a sister. But I would have left her too, just to follow your dream, to get here and sleep in my car, and then breaking my neck, but then riding a tank to WrestleMania, and then doing the 4 or 5 WrestleManias, going away from the company, being fired, now coming back. To be just on top of that in such an important match as the ladder match, because we haven't had one in 10 years in WWE in WrestleMania. So it's a huge moment, man. I'm not taking that lightly.
Going into it, you have 5 massive opponents,
Well, I wouldn't say massive as a figures.
a couple smaller opponents as
There you
well.
go.
What do you go into for the mentality of that? Because you're not focused on one guy. You have to look everywhere behind you, in front of you. How do you prepare for that?
It's difficult. It's definitely difficult to prepare, but you kind of have to know the people that you're fighting with, right? So you have Rey Mysterio, Hall of Famer, who's been there, who's done it. He's been a world champion, who won it all. You got to treat him a certain way. Then you have JD, the Irishman, who can bash all you want. He's always going to come back just like Sheamus did, but I put Sheamus out. I can put JD out, that's for sure. Penta, crazy guy, man, with his mask, with his zero fear, flying around. I've always been impressed with him. But I also beat him before, so I have that advantage on him. And you have Javon, man, the youngest guy, 23 years old. But I said that earlier to CJ, that man has never overcame anything in his life, right? He's born, he's happy, he's lucky. They gave him the shot, he's making it all. But in order to be a great champion, to be in this match, you have to overcome fear, you have to overcome pain, you have to overcome all these opponents. And I think his youth, I don't think he's ready for that.
I was just wondering, how do you know he hasn't overcome anything?
What has he overcome? He's 23 years old. He was born yesterday.
But maybe he had a hard childhood.
So what? Childhood is one thing is being childhood, but one thing is when you have to hit the street and live on the street, live by yourself. And if you don't have money to pay your rent, they kick you out. If you don't have money for food, you go starving, man. That's adulthood is. And I don't think he's experienced that at all. And that's why, I have advantage over that. Because I did come. I left my country, like I said. I have to sleep in my car. I have to work 4 jobs. I have to pay my tuition for wrestling. I had to go twice to wrestling, go back twice to work, and all that. And that's just life teaching you, man. And when life gets you hard, because otherwise you just gotta fold and go back home, and I would never do that.
What's up, guys? Real quick, today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $250 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. That's right. Turn $5 into $250 in bonus bets just for getting started. And when every possession matters in the playoffs, FanDuel makes it easy to get you closer to the action. From player props on your favorite stars to all the tools you need to back them up. FanDuel puts player research right at your fingertips so you can check stats, trends, and matchups all in one place and make your picks with confidence. It's everything you need all in one app, so don't miss your shot. Go head to FanDuel.com or check the link in the description below. Now, back to the podcast. You spoke about pain.
Yeah.
When people are watching WrestleMania this weekend,
Yeah.
what is the most painful shot from a ladder?
Well, anything from the ladder, because that thing is high. You know, people think, oh, it's a ladder, like
So high.
I can reach out and grab my top shelf at home, but that's not the case.
How high are we talking?
That ladder is probably like 20 foot high. It's not even higher
There's a
than
couple
that.
ladders too.
Yeah.
Like you have different ones, and it's so high and it's so painful. We both were able to have ladder matches back in 2018, and I don't even know how that happened because Rusev never wanted me to have a ladder match because a lot of things can go wrong, and they're really heavy and they're really hurtful, but
Because
we did it.
one thing goes wrong and everything can fall apart. You know?
Yeah.
One misstep or one higher push or whatever it is, because you fall from so high, there's no guarantees how you're gonna fall down. On top of that, it's a free for all. People can get chairs, people can get tables, they can do
It's crazy.
anything. You can fall on anything at any time, and you have all these opponents that you can keep your eyes on all of them at the same time. So that's why this is probably the most extreme, the most difficult match in my career so far. And I've had Hell in a Cells, I had street fights, I had Russian chain matches, I had it all. But
Wow.
this is on a whole new level.
Well, it makes sense because you have the ladders, you have the five other guys who just even if it was just without the ladders, this is already five. These five other guys is just a lot, and I didn't even know until you shared that they can use they can use chairs and tables.
Yeah.
Do you do any training with any of that?
No. No, I'm not that stupid. I'm not
What
just
happens
gonna
then?
get the chair and start bashing myself in the head like, come on, get harder, get harder. It's not. It's just you just gotta take it when it comes, man. You just gotta tighten your body, grind your teeth, and hope for the best.
But you also did a lot of specific training when you were in Bulgaria, like you were running the snowy mountains,
that's-
you were eating eggs,
But
raw
that's the
eggs.
physical preparation. That's not. They can't prepare for a steel chair cracking your skull
Yeah.
or hitting your spine or falling from 20 foot. That's
What does
just,
that feel like?
It's scary, man. It's really scary. Last time I had this big fall was me and Sheamus had a match in Paris, Clash of Paris. And he put me on top of his shoulders on top of these 3 barrels. So we were probably 20 foot, if not even higher. And we jumped with me to 2 tables. They were on the floor. And just being out there, first of all, everything is shaking. Just like
That's
this
crazy.
ladder is going to shake because it's nothing stable. And then just going out there, you just think, man, I got to pray. So you say a quick prayer and then you just go.
Hope for the
Barrels.
Hope
It
for the
looked like
best.
Cracker Barrel. Like it looked like they were on he was putting him on an accolade, Sheamus in an accolade on like it looked like it could be a Cracker Barrel commercial.
But it wasn't.
It
It was way
wasn't.
more painful than that.
It was way more, but it was going viral like memes. This should be the new Cracker Barrel sign because they had just redone Cracker Barrel, and it was crazy, but it was nuts. I remember I was watching it there. The Paris crowd was insane, and when he picked you up and you guys did the gimmick, that was terrifying. And you're scared of heights a little bit, right?
Well, I don't live in the high place. You know, I'm a ground and pound guy, but I'm a strong guy. These people were trying to fly. I'm going to catch them. I'm going to crush their backs. And good luck climbing that ladder with a broken back.
Is there anyone you're specifically worried about? Because this past week you demolished everybody.
Yes.
You cleaned house.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I had to make a statement. Also, it's kind of it's not like a warm-up, but I take advantage of that moment, right? If I can hurt my opponent before that match, why wouldn't I do that? And also make a statement for myself is like, hey, man, you know, you guys are taking me lightly because I don't jump and float like every of you guys, but none of you is strong as I am.
True.
And in order for you to climb that ladder to get that thing, you have to go through me. And I'm going to make sure that this is going to be the most impossible thing for you.
Do you think you're going to be able to swat them down like flies?
Well, there are little flies.
Okay. Because I know that they can be like doing all their flippies.
Yeah. And that's what I did. See Penta trying to jump
Yeah.
on Monday, kicked his ass. Who's it? Javon trying to jump over his finisher, grabbed him, shut him down. So they're all just little flies, and I'm a big swat.
Previous WrestleMania entrance, you came out in the tank. It was massive. When you're going out into that many people, does the crowd ever affect you? The cheers, the boos? Does it ever get to you?
That's a good question.
No, I really trying to stay focused on that. I can't, because once your mind slips into something else, you know, there's so many mistakes that can be done. So even though I rob myself from the pleasure and the experience of hey, look at me, I'm here, and soaking it all in. It's kind of hard to do, especially because I want to be in that moment. I don't want to lose that. But once the match is done, on the way out, I make sure I turn around, look at the people, and just kind of soak it all in so I can remember that moment. But before the match, I can't do that.
What do those 15 minutes before Rusev walks out, he hears that music, what are you thinking beforehand?
Definitely a prayer. This is one of the things that I always like to do before my matches: pray for protection, not just for me, but for my opponents. Even though I dislike them during that time in the ring, I still want them to be fine at the end of the day, and because we all have families. I also pray for the people, man, for them to have a good time, because tickets are, it doesn't matter if they're cheap or they're expensive. It's still your hard-earned money that you pay, and you want to be entertained, and I want to provide that for these people. I want them to be entertained as well. And then just think about visualizing what I want to do, visualizing me climbing that ladder, grabbing that title, and being at the right place at the right time.
Are there any other matches you're looking forward to seeing this weekend?
Unfortunately, Brock and Oba is right before us, so I don't think I'll be able to watch that match.
How do you feel about Oba? Because you just recently...
Yeah, he's a young kid, man. He's got a lot to learn, but he's got a great potential, very big upside. He's big, he's strong. Um, Even yesterday, he proved that he even can hold himself on the microphone. He a good communicator, so I think he's got a bright future. He just got to stay healthy, listen to the right people, not listen to everybody, which is very important. But all the matches are really cool, man. Even Roman and Punk, I think that's going to be a great match.
Yeah.
I don't think Roman has faced anybody in the caliber of Punk, because Punk is a great professional wrestler.
Yeah.
His main strengths are the longer matches. The longer the match is, the better Punk gets. So I'm excited for that. Randy, of course. Randy is one of my favorites, man, and I can't overlook Randy and Cody. But yeah, all the matches are. The card is just stacked.
And you beat Randy Orton really quick.
Yes, I got to the start of Rusev Day, man. Thanks to Randy, and yeah, I love that guy. He's a crazy guy. Very, you don't know what you're gonna expect today. He may be like this. Then you get made a catering, and you see him. He's doing his own eggs because he's mad at the chef. So Randy is a very unpredictable, but also one of my favorite opponents. He's very solid, very hard and very tough opponent as well, but very experienced and he's a great guy to have a match in.
Didn't your Rusev Day started because you beat him in, was it 12 seconds?
I beat him real quick in 10 seconds or 12 seconds, something like that. And then, the mayor of my hometown, Plovdiv, came in, gave me the city key, and we started celebrating Rusev Day the day after.
It was insane. And it picked up like wildfire.
Yes, it was.
Definitely
Yes,
the
it was.
the people started it, which was insane. It was so cool. I'd never seen anything like it.
Does that give you any kind of boost that it just happens organically like that?
And I think that's what it was so popular, it was so over, as we say, because the people did that, right? Nobody had any plans of, hey, let's make this Rusev Day and we're gonna do this, this, and this. There was none of that. It was, hey, we're gonna have the one-time presentation of the key, and that's it. But the people just took that, man, took it and run it, and we didn't fall behind. Me and Aiden and CJ later, we didn't. We did our part by trying to provide, trying to share. Hey, man, just celebrate yourself every day, because you never know tomorrow if you're gonna wake up. You never know what's tomorrow, but today you have to celebrate yourself. And that's what Rusev Day was, and we started doing the calendars and everything else with the merchandise was spectacular. It was a great time, and especially being at WrestleMania in New Orleans, seeing all the people chant on the street, singing on the street, was just a great experience.
The children, that was the crazy thing. The children would be singing it. It was so funny to see that. And I remember also all the boys were so supportive of it. I was in Gorilla one time and had just started the Rusev Day. It was right around Christmas, actually. And it was really hot. The whole place was chanting the Rusev Day. And I remember Big E and Woods, Xavier Woods, ran to Vince and Gorilla, and they were like, "You're about to see the biggest baby face ever. Look." And the whole place is like, "Rusev Day, Rusev Day." It was crazy. It was nuts. It was a really cool moment to
I
have
was
that.
always really humbled hearing these people, chant like that, because I mean, it's always humbling, right, to know that you're doing something and these people are connecting with you. But I never took it, oh, look at me, I'm selling all that merch and I'm this and this. I was just humbled and honored for the crowd to be with me at that moment.
I remember when we first started in professional wrestling, I learned a lot from Miro. And I remember asking him, because he was so hated when we first started in 2014. I mean, one of the biggest heels, him and Seth Rollins. And I asked him, I was like, do you think you can ever become a babyface? And he was like, the more you're committed to being a heel, he's like, then a stronger of a chance you have of being a really good babyface, because if they make the mind up, the cheer for you, then you don't really have to change. You can kind of stay that same way. And that's exactly what happened to you.
But it also starts showing them little personality, right? Because that was that East European foreign guy, just stone face, killing everybody. But then once, like, I started let the guard down and started showing my personality, and they started to get it. It was just a fun time, man.
Does that just happen naturally? Did you want to let it down? Did you want to lean into it?
I did. I was kind of tired of just because I wanted to do more. It's just I hate being stuck in a box, right? I wanted to show my range because Dusty Rhodes, one of our coaches down at the PC WWE Performance Center, he always said body of work. Show body of work, show different things. And I always thought that I don't want to be remembered as just this one-dimensional character. I just wanted to show the range. And once I started loosening up and doing my thing, people bought it and loved it.
This
is really funny.
I'm loving all of this. Was there one thing that really moved the needle when you did have that time off, or was it a gradual growth of new matches, reflecting on your journey, what you're doing then versus what you did?
Definitely there was a reflection. Definitely, absolutely. Because going back and watching all my matches, I'm like, man, I suck. Like, I need to get better. And
is that you being hypercritical of yourself?
Well, of course. But I feel like every artist is, right? Because otherwise, how would you get better? Otherwise, you just get stuck in one place and you never learn anything. And I do wanted to, because when I started, I was in WWE. I was really green. I was in the business 3 or 4 years. But then through all these years in the WWE, from 2014 or 13 on the road to 20, I got to work with John Cena, with Big Show, with Mark Henry, with Rey Mysterio, with Randy Orton, all these legends.
Brock Lesnar.
With Brock. And being on the road, we have 5 matches a week in front of a live audience. And you get to pick up something from John. You get to pick up something from Randy, from Show, from this, from that. And then you just put it all into your arsenal, right? And you learn, and then once I got released, I was like, okay, now there's no more WWE management to navigate your matches. Now it's all me. And I started having my own psychology, but now putting whatever these guys taught me and experiment. And it really worked. It really clicked with me, with my demeanor, with my everything in the ring. Even in the audio, with the interviews, I went to acting coaches, got to do better with my interviews, with my promos, and once I put this whole package together, it really clicked, and I really loved what I'm doing, and I just wanted to bring that back to WWE.
Moments like that are such sink or swim, and I feel like your entire personality is, I'm gonna do this no matter what.
My whole life's been sink or swim, right? If I wanted to play it safe, I would have stayed home in Bulgaria, live with my mom, and she would have probably still cooked me moussaka like every other day. And
does CJ make you moussaka now?
I made her the other day moussaka.
Yeah, it's true.
She makes banitsa.
Yeah, I know how to make moussaka, but he made it for me the other day.
Yes.
It's so good.
What is it?
It's meat, ground beef, and it's like soaked in this delicious seasoning. And then you bake it, and then you put eggs right on top and
There's
cheese.
potatoes as well.
And potatoes, and then it's baked.
Potatoes and ground beef kind of mixed together. On top of that, you bake it later when it's all done, and you put a layer on top with yogurt and eggs.
It's so good.
It's
Do you do any sauces?
No. So inside it's already like a whole bunch of spices, like different, like black pepper and oregano and like cumin and salt and pepper, different things.
I'm craving it right now.
Yes, you should. But that's the Bulgarian one. The Greeks have a different one with the eggplant, but that sucks. So get a Bulgarian moussaka.
When you're training with all these other legends, people you grew up watching,
Yeah.
is there anything specific that comes to mind that you did learn from Stone Cold or Big Show?
Oh man, so much. Like I remember my first match with Big Show. We were in the live event somewhere. He came to me. He's like, "I'll see you out there, kid." I was like, "That's it. We're not gonna talk about anything. We're just gonna." and I was really nervous because I just got on the road like a few months before that. And even though I
I
was,
remember this so
I
well.
was,
That's
I
so
was
funny.
sure of my skills. You still have this 7'3", 500-pound giant
Yeah.
that he can take any kind of liberties with you, and you still have to be able to trust your opponent and give him your body. But he really took care of me. He really taught me so much. So I'm always be grateful for Big Show, man, and what he taught me. At the same time, with John Cena, wrestling him 5 nights a week, listening to the crowd and how they react and how he's thinking about these matches and his psychology. So everything, I've taken every little bit of everybody that I've wrestled, and now I imply it to in my matches.
Who taught you the most about timing?
Oh, John, for sure. John, but also when I first started with Rikishi, Rikishi, he's a WWE Hall of Famer. I started with him, and he was big on psychology and timing and just backstage, not like politics, but just how to condone yourself. But especially for timing, John is the best because nothing has to be rushed. Everything that people have to digest. You can't just have a car crash all the time. You need to go, then you got to slow down these people to get to talk about it, digest it, and then you can go again. So John is the one that I've learned the most from. But he taught you a lot too as well.
I was actually just remembering the Big Show thing
Oh,
where he was literally. So Miro doesn't get really nervous. At least he doesn't sell it. So I'd always go up to him. And I'm like, "Are you nervous for this match?" And he's like, "No." And I'm like, "How can you not be nervous?" He's like, "I'm never nervous." And I'm like, "Okay." And so next thing I know, he's like doing like a bunch of jumping jacks and like these weird jumps backstage. I'm like, "What are you doing?" And, like he's like, "I'm a professional. I'm a professional. I'm a professional." And I'm like, "What do you mean you're a professional?" And he's like, "Big Show's calling the match out there." And I'm like, "Are you nervous?" And he's like, "Yeah." It's the first time I ever heard him say he was nervous for a match.
Yeah.
But he crushed it. He went out there and he
I
crushed
was
it.
nervous for that for sure. I was nervous before my first WrestleMania with Cena. Obviously, it was a big stage, and
Oh, that
I've
was so
dreamed
nerve-wracking.
and grew up. Not even dream. You can't even dare to dream something like this. But watching,
That was a movie.
Yeah,
watching
it's
it when I
crazy.
was a kid, and now I'm there. It's like, man, just don't mess up. That was my number one priority. Don't mess up. But we ended up having a great match, great time, and the whole thing was the great package, man. Overall, all these months, all these fights with John define my career for sure.
Are you
Yeah.
able to take it all in as it's happening, or are you just so focused on what's ahead?
No, I can't. You just gotta focus. You gotta stay focused. Like I said, one little misstep, once you start like wondering and enjoying everything, everything can fall apart, and I cannot afford that. Because once you fall apart, sometimes it's really hard to get back on track. And I'd rather just be in the moment, take it as real as possible. We're here, let's freaking do it. I'll watch it back later and I'll enjoy it.
Your physique is insane.
Thank you.
How intentional was that in your return?
I always put a lot of emphasis on my physique, and I used to be really big. I used to be over 300 pounds, but that was all natural. I mean, I'm all natural now, but it was just I used to be just a big kid.
And you were a 15-pound baby, which is
I was
nuts.
a 15-pound baby, yes.
15 pounds.
Yeah. But also before I didn't even know. Like CJ was like, "Whoa, you should do cardio." I'm like, "Cardio."
It's true. He laughed at me.
I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do cardio. I have 5 matches a week. I lift weights. I eat. I'm not gonna do any cardio.
He never did cardio. Like he did cardio in his matches, but on the elliptical, absolutely not. Like
So that was
nothing.
embarrassing. Like I'm
Yes.
not gonna go on that thing.
All weight training. That's all you would do.
All weights, nothing else.
And he would eat so much cheese too. Like I'll
Yeah.
never forget the amount of cheese you would consume.
I used to be big. It's not a keto, but
Sorry, I have to.
I'm talking.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
I used to be a lot of high fat, high protein, some carbs, but then once I started learning about more like, just how the body works with carbs, with protein, and how to train smart instead of just going out there throwing the heaviest weight I want to, because, it takes a toll on you. I learned a lot about that and how to combine it with a cardio now. And here I am, 260 some pounds.
He used to eat 2 whole chickens in one sitting. When I first met him, when he was 310 pounds, he would eat 2 whole chickens.
Was that
Well-
protein goals, or that was just you being hungry?
Well,
That's a good question.
I think it's a little bit of both, but also the knowledge that you don't have, right? You think, oh, more is more, and I
Yeah.
want to get bigger and stronger, and so I got to eat more, but that's not necessarily the case. I just found out later on. But once again, through trial and tribulation, nothing else.
Do you
Yeah.
do cardio now?
I do cardio 4 times a week, 5 times a week now.
He works out like 6 hours a day. I'm not
That's
even.
not true.
No, I'm literally not even exaggerating. So this is how it goes. He wakes up in the morning. He goes into the garage. He does an hour of cardio. Then he does 40 minutes of stretching. And then he does his little breakfast, and it's like, raw eggs, and then it's like oatmeal, and then blueberries and raspberries because he needs all the
And it's
antioxidants.
cure.
Yes, and that too. And then you go and you work out
Yes.
at the gym. And then
Yes.
after the gym, weights. He also does at least 15,000 steps of walking.
Daily.
Daily. This is like every day.
Well, it
And
combines.
then sometimes yoga.
Do you sprint? Do you run?
No,
All walking.
No.
Except up the
So
mountains.
actually, I do a little running on the treadmill, but like a slow run. But outside, man, it's gonna kill my joints. I'm trying to extend my career, not shorten it.
How important is it for a WWE superstar to stretch and take care of their body?
Oh my gosh, this is something that I started a few years ago. Before, I never used to stretch
Yeah.
either.
Do you wish you did it earlier?
I mean, if you start looking at that, you can go down the wrong tube. So I rather, hey, because even John, when I talked to Cena, he never used to stretch. He used to sit on the chair, his music hit, he would go out and go fight. But once we started fighting, he was already like 10 or some years, and his body was starting to feel it. And you will see him start stretching and doing all these
Warm-ups.
Yeah. warm-ups. I was like, okay, I guess I gotta start doing that as well. But also now I love it, man. I feel so much better. Even I mean, it sucks in the beginning, as everything. When you suck at something, when you're trying to do it, it's just terrible. Why am I doing this? But the better you get, it's like now you get to relax and enjoy it, and you definitely feel like if I have a low back issue, or a low back pain, it's like, man, all you gotta do is just start stretching the right things, and the next thing, the low back pain is gone, and it's like, oh man, I can not medicate, but self-prevent
Heal.
all these
Yeah.
things. Yeah, all these things in just the natural way, just by stretching.
I feel like that just helped a lot of people right there to just
Yeah.
stretch it out.
Yeah,
Sure.
and especially people with sitting down on the
Yeah.
computer or driving all day, like you don't understand how a 20-minute stretch can save you and help you in a long way.
Yeah, it's so anyone listening, I very much encourage do 10,000 steps every day if you can and stretch like 10, 15 minutes at least. You just feel so much better and oxygen starts flowing through your body more, which eventually leads to a lot more happiness as well,
Yeah.
How intentional are you with eating now? Is it everything regimented out so that you can keep this physique?
Yeah, everything is. And every now and again, I'll get something but it's not like before. Before I was like, oh man, I can't wait for Sunday to get my pizza, to get my burgers. Now I don't even have the urge anymore.
No cravings.
No cravings at all. But it all comes, I think, from because all the food that I eat, I love all the food that I eat. It's just if you get tired, you just mix the spices. If you get tired of rice, you put potatoes. If you get tired of potatoes, you switch some other good source of carb.
We've been
it's
doing whole wheat pasta lately. That's been a nice little switch that
or
we've
regular
added.
pasta. But as long as you
Yeah.
count your calories, you count your macros, at least for me, that's very important because if I don't, I can get carried away real fast. And I'm such an easy gainer, so I don't want to look myself and be like, oh man, what did you do last night? Why would you do that to yourself again? Because then I'm gonna go and like bash my head in the freaking wall, and I don't want to do that. So the more, so the more I stay on track, the easier it is. And the easiest thing I found that if you don't buy it, you don't eat it. So if I don't have it at home, I'm not gonna eat it out.
So true.
And that's why she suffers. She's like, what is this? You only buy this. Then what am I supposed to snack? It's 4 a.m. You should go to sleep. You should not snack.
Well, it's true because like anytime I buy Oreos, I eat the whole thing. And so it's really, really a lot of wisdom. Like if you don't have it, you won't eat it. If you don't buy it. But how many calories are you eating now?
Well, currently between 2,500 and 3,000.
I know that you said you wanted to bulk up a little bit.
Well, after WrestleMania.
Do you think, like, when I was talking to Drew, he said he eats 6,000.
Well, because he's a liar.
Oh, you don't believe that?
Of course not.
Oh, wow. Could you eat 6,000 calories a day?
Could I? I could, but I'm not gonna look as good.
How many calories do you think you eat a day?
If I'm being good, 2,000.
Wow.
But I'm not normally good, so probably like 3,000, 4,000.
I feel like I drink a lot of I drink a lot of coffee.
Do you know Fruit Riot?
No.
Oh, it's this amazing little sweet treat. It's frozen.
Oh.
It's covered in sugar and
Oh,
sour. It's fruit, but it's covered in sugar.
Oh,
It's
that
dangerous.
sounds
Ooh.
really good.
Sugar on top of sugar, no thank you. Yeah. But since you can get away with it, she's got a great metabolism and she burns it off fast. And she was blessed by that, and I don't. So, it's a good balance.
What's something the WWE audience might not realize about being married to Rusev?
Oh, wow. I wasn't prepared for that question.
Here we go.
Oh, I know. He really likes the show Love on the Spectrum.
No, I don't.
No, you watched it twice with me.
Do you like reality TV?
No,
No.
but he did like this. Like he
I like
kept
Total
watching.
Divas.
Yeah.
Did you like being on Total Divas?
Oh,
It was fun. I mean, the wedding that we did, it was fantastic. The circus and then the Bulgarian wedding. They took us to Anguilla. We did quite a few good exotic trips that I took advantage of that. And even though back then it was crazy because you're always on the road. We used to have, like I said, 5 shows a week. And they have to sneak in the Total Diva somewhere. But, once you get there, once you get situated and they take care of you, like, all right, I can relax for a little bit.
okay. I know one. You love Taylor Swift.
You're a Swiftie.
Yes.
We went to the concert
Yeah.
here in LA. I took my wife with Seamus and his wife. It was a great time, man. It was also we were probably the
So
only
fun.
2 guys in the whole arena was me and Seamus.
It's true.
No testosterone whatsoever in that building. But I'm not embarrassed. I think she's got a really catchy poppy music. And at the time was good. Now I'm over it. I love Pink way
Oh, yeah.
better.
He loves Pink.
Yeah, Pink.
Katy Perry.
Nah,
You're over it?
She
No?
got 2 songs. But
Okay.
Pink is definitely number 1 in my female artist list.
Wow.
Yes.
That's how we started liking each other because I realized like I would get in his car and he had all these Pink CDs. I'm like, do you really like Pink? And he's like, I love Pink. I'm like, Pink's my favorite artist. So,
Match made in heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's true.
That was the first connection we had. We loved music. So, and Pink was our favorite.
Yes, she was. She still is.
Yeah.
What was your first reaction when you met CJ? What'd you think?
So the first time I met her, we were at the PC, Performance Center, WWE Performance Center, and we just moved. So we had before we moved, before we were at the PC, we were in Tampa, Florida, something called Florida Championship Wrestling (FCW). So now they built this fancy facility, the PC, and we all move in there. There's a whole bunch of new people because we were about 30 or 40. And now they're introducing a whole bunch of new people. And it's kind of like everybody meeting, hi, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this. I see CJ, I don't think any of it. Not another, but the prettiest girl there. Blonde, I love my blondes. Which was cool. Then later on that day or the next day, I went to a tanning salon. And I see this girl. I don't recognize her from the PC because we saw each other so fast. But she's at the tanning salon. She's great physique. I was talking to my friend. I'm like, man, she's probably a stripper. And of course, when I talked to her, she's like, yeah, I'm an entertainer. I'm like, yeah, she's definitely a stripper. Which is okay. I used to work in a strip club, so it's okay. We all have to go through college somehow. I get that.
Oh, that's so great.
So we started talking, and I don't know if I found out then or then the next day. Then I saw her again. I was like, oh, that's the girl. And now we got to start talking that she lived in Latvia. She speaks Russian and all that. So now we started connecting the dots. And then soon after that, our coach, American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, put us to work together. And she started hitting on me, and that's it.
I did not start hitting on you.
She made the first move?
No. That's not
Don't be
true.
shy. Admit it.
No. Dusty Rhodes did tell us that we should come together, and because I did like 10 promos the first day, and he was so amused by it, and so he was like, "Why don't you go work with Rusinov?" And so I was like, I went up to him and I was like, "Hey, we come over to my house, like let's practice, let's shoot vignettes
come
and
over to my
promos."
house.
Okay.
He started reading into it. I'm just like, we gotta hustle, I was totally not even. And I remember like he came over and we're about to like start writing fighting. I have like shorts on.
The shortest Dodger shorts ever, that your butt is outside.
I mean, I was 26. I don't know what to tell you. It's Florida. It's hot. And so I'm like cooking and I just like turn around to talk to him and I could see him totally checking me out. And I was like, oh, he likes me.
Well, you put your butt out there. What did you expect from me? I'm not
But I
Stevie
didn't
Wonder.
flirt with you.
Even Stevie Wonder would have smelled that thing somewhere.
Who came up with the Russian idea?
That was definitely me.
Yeah.
She had no. I saw once they started, because she was doing funny things. I was doing whatever. Because at that point I was there for 2-3 years, so
Oh yeah, we love comedy. I was
we were
doing all
doing some
comedy
funny
stuff.
things. Because it's funny to pop the people there. The ha ha ha. You know, you feel like you're accomplished, and then they finally say, "Hey, you guys need to do something serious." You know, because they were really looking at us as a package. And I invited TJ this time to my house to show her Rocky 4. And she's never seen Rocky 4. She doesn't know what this is.
I didn't know what it was.
And I showed her Rocky 4 with Drago and his wife, Ludmila. And she got it. And from the next day, we started doing that. That took the inspiration, me as a stone cold foreign killer, the wife who talks instead of him. And they really loved it, man. And from then on, it was just not if we're going to make it, but when. Like, it was all on the speed track after that.
Everything just aligned together.
Everything aligned together. And also, we had people in our corner. Like, Triple H loved the idea, loved the package. Dream loved the package. You know, everybody was just... Because also, it was absent from TV. Nobody on TV was doing any of that. So it was fresh. It was cool. It was very relevant at that time. And we took advantage of it to the max.
And I think us like both being from Eastern Europe, like I grew up in Eastern Europe and I was just thinking of my Russian teachers. And so really being able to channel that mindset. And then he's from Eastern Europe. And then obviously we were both genuinely really close and traveled together. So there's all these like nuances that were very, very real, you know?
It's like when I would get hurt. You know, a regular manager or whatever will stand on time, like, oh man, get better, please. Come on, get up. She'd be like, get up. What are you doing being hurt?
Yeah.
You cannot be hurt. You're the super athlete. You know,
Yeah.
it was a completely different dynamic.
Yeah.
That for us, Eastern Europeans, that's normal. That's how we are. But for Americans, like, no, man, he's hurting. What are you doing? Let him, like, chill.
Yeah.
Let him heal. Help him up.
Yeah, it
like
was none of
cradle
that.
people. Yeah, I remember like Arn and Road Dogg, we were still working on our like my reactions, how to react differently than all the other managers and valets. At the current time, Summer Rae was on the main roster and she was a dancer and a dancer gimmick. So we wanted to be different. And they go, can you just yell at him when he's selling and hurt or in trouble versus be worried? And that connected so well to me because that's all my Russian ballet teachers did. Like the more they loved you, the more they believed in you, the more they would scream at you. And so we channeled that and it definitely gave a different dynamic to us. Like I very rarely show concern for him. And I remember your father called you. Remember what your dad said? His dad was so mad at me. He was like, you know, you're out there hurting and selling and in pain, and she's just screaming at you, like, get up,
Yeah.
get up.
My dad thinks it's really like, he really takes it to heart.
Yeah. I was like, oh, we're doing something right. Oh, your dad is, we're getting to your dad.
Yeah. Fun times.
It was so fun.
How did you end up wanting to wrestle? Was it seeing anything with him? Was there conversation? Did you lean into her to getting into the ring?
No, I had nothing to do with that. It was up to me. I would never have her wrestle.
It's true. It's true. He was always very protective over me. I think he didn't want me to get hurt because, you know, it is a contact sport and anything can happen out there. And I know for me, it was more of like I wanted to be good at what I'm doing. And I just felt like I was much more quicker grabbing the acting and the promo part because of all my preparation back in LA at Growlings and Leslie Kahn and acting. And I just felt like I was going to need 10 more years, 10,000 hours to get good in the ring. And I remember when they put us together on television, people started to get really protected over me wrestling because they didn't want me to get injured. And often when you're learning, your body's still, you know, learning to get tough, learning to just get used to it. So more things can happen earlier on, like just simple things. So people were really, really protective over it. But Vince wanted me to wrestle. And Triple H was always saying, Triple H gave me such great advice, and Randy Orton. Randy was like, look, doesn't matter what happens, always get in that ring and always keep training, because at some point they're going to all of a sudden expect you to wrestle. And same thing Triple H said, like they were bringing Miro Rusev up, and I was only there for 2 months. And Triple H was like, his biggest concern was just to get my wrestling up. Like, you at least need to know how to fall. You at least need to know how to, take bumps and hit the turnbuckle and safely, and this is a contact sport. Like this is the difference between movies and television and live action professional wrestling, is like we don't have stunt devils. Like Paul Heyman still takes his own falls, and so Triple H was just like, keep training. And Rusev actually started to teach me how to bump. And it was at the first Wrestlemania that we did in 2015. And we went to the Wrestlemania ring at the hotel, and you made me take like 37 bumps that day. And he was like, attack the mat! Attack the mat! You're not attacking the mat fast enough!
Well, I was trained by Samoans, and they're the best at bumping, so at the falling. So I had to make sure that she does it right.
Yeah.
But also, it was hard because, to get wrestling, it takes years. And I didn't get it until my 10th year in. Like, even though you're good, but after that 10,000 hours, right, in 10 years, and something clicks and you get better. And it was very, not unfortunate, whatever you want to call it, because she was training for 2 months or 3 months, and then she got on the road. And then at some point they said, all right, you're wrestling tomorrow. I was like, whoa, what do you mean I'm wrestling tomorrow? It's kind of a shocker thing. And good thing, she was staying ready, and I was teaching her little things here and there. But it's very, she's in a disadvantage because these people out there, they don't care how long you've trained, right?
Yeah.
They want to, whenever they see it, they want to see if it's good. If it's not good, they'll let you know it's not good.
Yeah.
And she did fantastic. In my opinion, like in the short amount of training that she has done tremendous. And I'm always a big fan of her wrestling. But at the same time, it's difficult, man, because especially when you see, with the Charlotte Flairs and the Becky Lynches and
Ronda
AJ
Rousey.
Lees and all these other girls, man, they're just really good because they were doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
And if CJ had that same time that they all had, she would have been the best.
Yeah. Oh, you're so sweet. I will say that, Stephanie gave me such great advice, because I went to her, and I think this was about a year in, and I had been training, going to the live events early, trying to go to NXT when I can. And I was just so concerned that my level wasn't going to be good enough, because this is the highest level as you go in professional wrestling. It's like the Olympics, right? And I respect the craft, and I respect the fans, and I respect that time on television. Like I feel so lucky I was, even with just Rusev with a mic, let alone having anything to do with taking bumps and wrestling in that ring. And I remember Stephanie saying that, and same with Vince, like the conflict resolves in the ring. So it's not where my character was. I didn't need to go out there and be the best professional wrestler, but I just needed to go and know how to resolve conflict in the ring in some shape and form. So that's what I really tried to focus on. And, Rusev with Miro was always such a team player. Anytime Triple H was like, we want her to keep training, or when Vince had a conversation with both of us saying that I want you to wrestle and keep training, he, you were always game.
Well, yeah.
I mean, Miro never wanted me to have a ladder match, but then Vince put me in it, and my dreams came true. But I will say, like, I wanted to go through a table so badly, especially when I was in the Bobby Lashley story, and he was with Liv Morgan, and I was like, we were having a tag match. And I said, what about if there's like a misdirection, and you put me like a misdirection, and Bobby Lashley like moves, and you super kick me through a table. And we pitched it to Vince, and Vince had another idea, but also Miro was like, I don't want you to die. And so, but I still pitched it to Vince, because I was like, no, I want to die. And, but it didn't happen. But luckily later I went through 9
CJ's
tables.
old game for the show.
Yes.
For the people.
Yes. Are you kidding me?
How much of that cake was real at the wedding? Because it looked
Which wedding?
It's a
We had
real
2
thing.
weddings.
the one with Bobby.
Oh, that one with Liv Morgan and Bobby. How much you popped out through the cake?
Yeah, I mean, outside it's a regular cake.
The whole that's massive cake.
Yeah.
What was it like for you inside there?
Oh man, it was hot. You have to be there for a long time. It's very uncomfortable, but you just gotta wait for the right time to go and be like, haha. Plus, I was already
You're sick.
experienced at weddings at that point because we had the other one that me and her did. That Roman came and ruined that. We do the two Total Divas wedding, so I was already a veteran at weddings.
We had the Bobby Lashley wedding was our second wedding on Raw. We had our real one where Roman Reigns came out and there was a misdirection and I went through the cake and we trended for like 3 days. It was really funny.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
You know, that's very funny because now that I think about it, when I left Bulgaria, when I was here until I'd never been to a wedding because all my friends got married way after I left. Here, I had no friends who got married, and I was saying that I've never been to a wedding. And all of a sudden, I had 4 or 5 of my own. It's like, oh man, look at me! Like that's manifestation right there.
It's true.
Can you rank your top 3 moments of you and Lana together on camera?
Oh boy.
And if ranking is too tough, if just 3 moments come to mind.
Yeah. Well, probably just to getting together, being on TV with that gimmick, with the Russian gimmick. I think that's got to be number. So let's say debut probably got to be number 1, right? Because that's the beginning of it all. But the WrestleMania moment, man, with the tank, with the army, it's with her walking with the title and her looking
amazing.
beautiful. It was just such a surreal moment, and the whole package, and it was just great. Because also, this is a whole build-up for a whole year to get there. So that was really, really cool. What would it be?
Oh, what about when you won the championship, the U.S. championship on your birthday, and I help you win on Christmas Day?
Yeah, that's always a great one. Yeah.
That was so crazy that happened.
Yeah. And that's all good. But just being the pleasure of traveling with her around the world, that's just a highlight on its own.
So fun.
Because you see
best.
other people, man, and, they leave their wives and their kids and everything behind, right? And they all suffer for it. They all miss their family, miss their wives. But I was lucky enough to travel with her everywhere. And also it keeps you in a straight line. You don't have to lose focus. You don't have to chase tail anywhere else because you have your tail every night. So there's a lot of advantages to that. And just seeing the world with my wife. When I was a kid, I never traveled anywhere because we never had money. And now to be able to travel the whole world a few times with her, it's just this. It's very special. I'm a very lucky guy. Very blessed.
Very blessed.
What would winning the Intercontinental title mean this weekend to you?
It means I'm back, baby. I mean, I love my titles. I love being a champion. I was a champion Bulgaria, like rowing. Everything I do, I've always been a champion. My mother was a world class world champion in rowing as well. So it's in our blood. It's in our family. So it's just gonna make me proud, my country proud, my wife proud. That sometimes you have to deviate, but because being fired, and then just to come back and to come back the day after WrestleMania, you still miss that big show. But then the whole year, you're going up and down, and now this is the time, and climbing that literal ladder after fighting the ladder of life and becoming a champion. It's just a poetic moment, I think.
That's what I love most about your story is just overcoming everything.
Overcoming everything. Never give up, man. And people say it's a cliche, it's John Cena, never give up, but if you live your life but never give up, and if you have a goal and a purpose, then you just keep following, you say no. And you have a pure heart. That's very important. If you have the pure heart, it's not like, oh, I want to do this to show this guy and that guy. I'm going to go make money in Dubai, oil. That's the evil intention. If you have the pure heart, I think anything is possible with the prayers, and God is always with you.
You're wearing your CAC Pro Wrestling Academy shirt,
Catch.
Nashville. Catch.
Yes.
Sorry.
Catch Pro Wrestling, baby, right here. This is my next project that I'm super, super excited for.
Well, tell them what catch means.
Well, catch means pro wrestling in Bulgarian. And also in Europe. It's not just Bulgaria, but in Europe, catch means pro wrestling. It's just that Americans are not smart enough to come with a word.
We have 2 small brains.
Yeah,
That's our problem.
I know. And they're like, wrestling and pro? Okay, let's just put that together. So yeah, catch pro wrestling. My new academy starting May 1st. We already
Oh,
have.
we're so soon.
Yes, it's very soon. It's man, once you start opening your own business, you find out how much obstacles there are on the way, how much the lawyers and the back and the forths and everything has to be legal. And because we're gonna have kids and grown-ups and everything, I want all the paperwork, everything with insurance. It's taking its time, but once we're up and running May 1st in Nashville, Tennessee, it's gonna be the best academy in the whole country.
And we have kids classes too.
Yeah, 8 and
Yeah.
up, which is gonna be really cool because for kids, man, they love wrestling, and nowadays, the professional wrestling business is so much open, not like before. Before it was like, oh, don't talk about it. Everything is like quiet, curtain after curtain after curtain, they're closed. But now everything is kind of open, especially the Untold on Netflix and everything. So I feel like we can. This is the great time to get these kids for the love, not just wrestling, but for them to be more active, to watch it on Monday and come Tuesday to practice, then to work on your confidence, on your speaking ability, to have them do a promo. Now the physicality, get them tired. I think it's really cool for the kids.
Will you be doing any of the teaching yourself as well?
Yes, absolutely. I'm gonna be one of the teachers, especially for the kids. I'm gonna take care of the kids. I have Gangrel, the guy who taught me back in the day, who's gonna be the other trainer, and I have another two guys who are gonna teach the basic, the roles, and stuff like that.
So good.
That's
It's a professional
insane.
system. Yeah. Yeah, I'm super stoked, very excited. It's gonna be affordable. It's not gonna be like a lot of these schools that just, hey, give us $6,000 and come and train. But that's what pushes people back because not everybody has so much money. We're just gonna be like a gym membership. You pay every month and you come and you train.
What was training with Gangrel like?
Mm.
Man.
Was that your
Listen.
first step into like the real?
So the first one was Rick Drazen. He was right here in Sherman Oaks in his backyard. But that was the first school I opened. I didn't even know there was schools before that. But once I found it, I signed up right away, showed up the next day, stayed with him for about 6 months. But then I kind of feel like I got everything I could from him. And there's not knock on him. It was just a different kind of school, right? But then when Rikishi was opening his school with Gangrel, with Reno Anuai, who is part of the Anuai family, I was like, man, I gotta go there.
Mm.
And I signed up. I was the first student there at Knox Pro, and it was just a completely different training. It was way more what I was used to. Like I said, I used to do a rowing back in the day in Bulgaria and different sports. I graduated sports school in Bulgaria, which is you go into school in the morning for 3 hours, you go to practice, then you go to lunch, then you go back to school for 3 hours, then you go back to practice.
Oh wow, that's intense.
Yes, that's intense, but that's what I wanted. If you want to get better, you have to take it serious. And training one day a week or for 2 hours, that you're not gonna take you there. And it's not like I wanted to be a WWE superstar. I never thought that was feasible. I just loved the craft, loved professional wrestling, loved learning how to do all these things, and I just couldn't get enough of it. And Dave was that teacher. He will keep it to you straight. He will curse you. He will push you, but the same thing like CJ was saying. The more he likes you, the more you see potential. The more he's gonna push you.
Mm.
Because also this business is full of tests, and people gonna try to break you and bend you. And if you do that so early, then there's no way you can go further. So he's teaching you all that, and so Dave Gangrel is giving you that hardcore, like, but at the same time, Rikishi is teaching you the business. He's teaching you how to condone yourself. He's teaching you psychology. He's teaching you a completely different angle of the business. So that's why the training was just second to none, man. I was so glad, so blessed to have them as coaches.
Are you absorbing everything Rikishi's teaching you? Because a lot of it is kind of you have to be in the field understanding it.
So a lot of the things, like you're saying, you don't get until later. Because he can say all these things, but I'm just training. I don't get any of these things. But then later on, it's like, oh, that's what he's talking about. And then, oh, that's what he's talking about. Oh, kill him with a smile. Okay, I get that. It's all these advices that maybe you don't get now. But once, still you retain, it stays somewhere in there. And when the moment is, oh, I know what to do here. So that's why it's very important to have a coach that it's been there, that it's done it. That it's not just a Joe Schmo that had a match in front of 50 people. What can you teach me? If you knew more, you would have been there and done more. So that's why if you're out there and you're looking for a school, find a school that has a legitimate trainer who's done something before.
What are your 3 favorite WrestleMania moments of yourself?
My top one is going to be winning the Intercontinental title. But also the first one with John, like we said, with the tank and the whole package was great. After that, we had the League of Nations against New Day, which was great. But then after that, with Stone Cold coming in, hitting me with a stunner, a person that I grew up idolizing and watching and following. That was tremendous. Then the WrestleMania in New Orleans, man, with Rusev Day, the height of Rusev Day. Even though I lost that match, lost the U.S. title, being a part of that weekend was spectacular. Just being, I mean, just being in the midst of it all and seeing 50,000 people or however it was in that dome chanting Rusev Day was such a
incredible.
great, crazy moment.
crazy.
Sharing the ring with Stone Cold, Big
Yeah,
Show,
yeah.
John Cena.
Yeah.
Are there any legends that you didn't get to wrestle with that you would have loved the opportunity to?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because you
I
grew
re-
up, you loved it.
Yeah. I wrestled Triple H as well. I wrestled Undertaker. I wrestled Kane. I wrestled Hardys. I wrestled RVD. Being in the ring with Roddy Piper,
That's crazy.
with all these guys, man. My career just it was so good. I'm so blessed. Even being a team up with Hogan, my guy that I always idolized, the guy that made me start wrestling is Hulk Hogan. Being in Saudi Arabia, him being a team captain, I being on his team. That's just something. And being able to pose on Monday Night Raw with him, man. Oh my goodness.
Crazy.
That's just that nothing can top that. Being able even just to sit back and not even a WrestleMania moment, but just to sit back and talk to Hogan and just like a brother to brother, because even though I have so much inspiration and admiration for him to like shoot the shit, to excuse my language, with him, it was just like freaking amazing, bro. But the moment that I haven't been a part of, watching once again Hogan and Rock at WrestleMania in Toronto, my favorite match of all time. Anything with Hogan or Hogan and Andre, another great moment. Anything with Hogan, I'm in.
What about for a legend, anybody that you haven't wrestled with? Like, was there one
Bret
person?
Hart.
Mm,
Bret Hart. I love Bret Hart. And then just recently I listened to his book and all the stuff because he's been through a lot, man. And he was never a chosen guy, right? He had to fight tooth and nail, and even though he's been from a great family of the Harts, and so respected, he still had to pay his dues for so many years to get where he was as a world champion and everything. And also watching him, he's so good, man.
he's so good.
He's so believable.
so good.
With showing pain and inflicting pain. So I think Bret Hart is definitely my number one.
When's the Rusev book coming out?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
So
You're doing a comic book.
yeah, well, it's Bulletproof Angel, and it's a novel, and it comes out November 10th. So please get the pre-link and buy the book now.
It's gonna be linked down below. Go
Yes.
check it out.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Cool. When do you head to Vegas?
I think tonight. Tonight she gets her stuff together, which that's
I'm
always down for.
semi-packed. I basically started packing my bag for Coachella just to bring it also to WrestleMania. So I'm really excited. I have a stand-up show tomorrow, Wednesday at 8 p.m. at The Space. It's Mark Henry's comedy show, and I'm doing stand-up. I know. I'm so excited. And then I have another stand-up show on Friday, 7:30 at the Nerd Bar with the Nemeth brothers. I'm super excited about going on first. And then I have a signing at 12 p.m. at the Circa live podcast with Denise. And then also 2 p.m. at the Field of Dreams, Caesar Palace, signing. Come meet me. Let's take selfies. Let's have so much fun.
I guess it's a plug time.
Well, yeah. And then also
Oh, wow. Wait a minute.
Okay, it's not over yet, guys. Okay, so also go meet Miro at what's the WWE World
Yeah.
at 2:30 p.m. for a photo op on
On
Friday,
Friday.
and then 4 p.m. for a signing.
Yes.
Maybe I'll show up.
And then Sunday, watch. Or ESPN. You can watch on ESPN, which is
Yes.
another cool thing that my match is going to be shown on ESPN. So
Yeah.
that's a huge accomplishment and a huge just success for the company, for me personally, and for everybody involved in that match.
Yes, Saturday's WrestleMania. Liv Morgan is fighting, so make sure you watch her. Miro is on Sunday. Make sure you watch him on ESPN WrestleMania. And then Monday, Raw after WrestleMania. Make sure you watch that too because Rusev's going to be Intercontinental Champion.
Yes. And we're gonna make a big celebration. Maybe we'll start something else.
And we're gonna take Joe to the Bulgarian restaurant to study
You coming to Mania?
Please. I'm going to be at Raw after WrestleMania.
So you coming Monday?
I'll be there Monday.
Okay, we gotta take you to some Bulgarian food.
We're going to celebrate.
They have a great restaurant there.
New champ.
I'm gonna bring the title, put it on a chair just like that, sitting. We're gonna watch it, cheers to it,
Table
eating
for
our
four.
moussaka. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
Have you ever wrestled with Ray before?
Rey Mysterio?
Yeah.
Yes, I've actually tagged with him too in live events.
Wow.
It was really cool, man. Once again, even Rey Mysterio. There's so many legends that I can even forget. I'm sorry, I forget your name. But yes, I have. And Ray is the nicest guy. But also, I'm going to have to take advantage of that on Sunday and beat his ass. Doesn't matter how nice you are, because we have a prize out there that it's up for the grabs, man.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for watching today's episode. If you enjoyed this podcast, give a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, make sure to subscribe. And today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel.